Hey, 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 hey. Um, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking about how sometimes we want to get onto other people's lanes. I don't know about you. I don't know if you've been tempted before to, you see, hey man, that person is running this race better than I am. Maybe I should get onto their lane. And things are going to become so much better if I get onto their lane and run in their lane. And we do not realize that the grass is only greener where it's watered. So, whenever we're running our race, we need to be very careful in terms of what we envy in other people and what we envy in terms of what we see. Sometimes you see someone doing really well in their own career, but you don't know the struggles that they're facing. You don't know the type of struggle they had to go through in order to get to where they are, because sometimes people don't share the struggle, they just share the glory, because we take our struggle and we walk with it behind closed doors, and then once we get all the glory, then we come out and we want to then start speaking about our success. Don't envy people. Come back to your own lane. We all have a path that God has destined us to walk in. We all have a race that we are running. Every person's race is super duper different. Okay? You need to be careful about how you look at other people's races and their successes, because that is going to get you in big, big, big trouble. Also, you're going to start feeling very little about where you are and how you're running your own race. Be very, very careful, because some people know the type of sacrifices. A lot of people know the sacrifices that they've made in order to be where they are today. So it's very, very dangerous to look at someone else's race, look at their lane and think, oh, that lane looks good, I think I'm going to hop onto their lane. And then you figure out and you get there and you discover, okay, maybe I should have stayed in my own lane. There's just something very special about staying in your own lane and the type of lessons that you do learn along the way. I think as well, God really knows our strength and what we can take. Some people make difficulty look easy. So maybe they're struggling, but they're looking so good and everything's looking so good. And then you go over and you see, good, yo, but this person is dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I wouldn't be able to deal with that with so much grace and so much poise, so run your race in your own pace. I know that sounds very cliche, because people say it so often in terms of running your race at your own pace, but run your race at your own pace, man. No one, I would sometimes hear high school learners saying, yeah, mina angeke ngize ngiye varsity ngoba abantwana base-varsity bagqoka kahle and mina nginayimpahla. And then I sit there and I'm like, do you even know ukuthi mawufika evarsity no one even cares about what you're wearing? Like, literally, mawufika university no one cares. Thina besigqoka amajini adabukile, sigqoka ama-osta wakudala, and the joy that comes with just meeting other people that are also going through their own struggles and seeing how they're carrying it so beautifully. So in order for you not to make poor decisions in terms of races, expose yourself to people as well. For instance, if I had not gone with whatever I had into varsity, I wouldn't have known ukuthi abantu base-varsity abanandaba nokuthi ugqokeni. Abantu base-vets abanandaba nokuthi ugqoke i-all-star ka-1990. No one cares, because they're all running their own races. We're all there running our own struggle, going through our own, we're going through the most, man, So be very careful in terms of envying people and where they are, because you do not know. You do not know what they are going through. You do not know. Run your own race. Pick whatever pace that works for you. Some people want to be in a hurry. They want to run. Run if you have the strength, but also if you feel like you're running slower than other people. If you feel like you're running way slower than... like, I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, and he said to me he feels like a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer, I got so many things later than a lot of my friends. And if I had decided, yo, hayi manje ubani sekashada nami ngifuna ukushada, ubani sekanemoto nami ngithenga imoto, I would have gotten myself into a lot of trouble. So run your race at your own pace and be careful of what you are envying in other people. very, very careful in terms of that. So be super, 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 super careful. The grass is always greener where it's being watered. You don't know what people are using to water. Maybe they're using their tears to water. At night they're not sleeping when ulelo or whatever the case is. So be careful about wanting to jump over to other people's lanes and running with them, because they make it look so much easier. Careful. 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 That's all that I'm going to say. Be careful.